18-year-old is dead tonight, killed in an act of gun violence on the city's north side. We've been following this breaking news all afternoon and have a live report from a still active scene. And it's time to pull out those masks again. If you live in Dane County, you're encouraged to wear a mask inside public buildings. We'll tell you what tipped the scales and put us in the high category of COVID spread. And it's been almost a decade with no polio in the U.S., but tonight, new vaccination clinics are popping up in New York. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5, everyone. Eric has the night off. We'll get to that breaking news from the north side in just a minute. But first, you need to be weather aware this weekend. We have a good chance for severe weather to strike tomorrow, and our part of the state is right in the target area. A good chance for high winds that could leave damage behind, and that is why we have put an alert day in the forecast for Saturday. Meteorologist Dana Fulton has been watching this potential for severe weather. Dana, what is the timing looking like so far?
Right now we're looking like late in the day on Saturday. So Saturday morning and early afternoon, it will still be nice outside. But as we look ahead to late in the afternoon and evening, that's when it's going to get a little dicey. So the alert day in the forecast due to the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms developing, bringing high winds, hail, and certainly not ruling out the potential for an isolated tornado. This evening, things nice and dry. We're expecting a small chance for showers and thunderstorms to build in overnight. That's why we do have a marginal risk tonight. The focus is still on Saturday late, though. An enhanced risk, a 3 on a scale to 5, now stretching through Madison towards Milwaukee, most of southern Wisconsin included in that. So now is the time to make sure that you have your phone charged or your weather radio tuned to the right channel, knowing that where your safe spot is in your house, or if you're planning on traveling tomorrow, making sure you have those devices with you and knowing where the safe spot is and wherever location you may be. A first aid kit on hand and just staying weather aware throughout the day because these storms are expected to ramp up quite a bit. We will take a closer look at breaking down that timing for tomorrow evening in just a few minutes, Susan.
All right, Dana, thank you. To that breaking news now from the city's north side. Madison's 4th homicide this year by our count happened this afternoon. An 18-year-old was killed by gun violence, and so far no one is in custody. Our Tahalil Moeddin has been at the scene for the past few hours. Tahlil, what are you seeing there tonight?
Susan, I'm here on Ballin Street where police say they found that 18-year-old victim in a car in the middle of the road with life-threatening injuries. Now, they arrived on scene a little after 11:30, right after reports of shots fired both on Vera Cote and Ballin Street, where witnesses said they also saw a suspicious vehicle. At this point, police say they don't know where the victim was shot, but that the 18-year-old died here at the scene.
I think, obviously the age of the person involved and just the continuing violence and the loss of young lives it's hard for the community at large. It's hard for police officers and paramedics and firefighters who respond to these events. I don't think anybody wants this for our community.
Police say the victim was found in a stolen car. It's just one piece of evidence that they are investigating right now, both physical and digital. Now, police say they do believe this incident was targeted and they are still working to notify the victim's family. Now, this road will remain closed for a while, so if you live in the area, you may want to find an alternative route. Reporting live, Tahlil Moeddin, News 3 Now.
Tahlil, thank you. As of today, public health officials say Dane County's community spread of COVID has risen to the high category. That means that people are now encouraged to wear masks indoors once again. The CDC determines a county's community level spread based on new reported cases per 100,000 people, new regional hospital admissions, and the percent of regional inpatient beds occupied by COVID patients over the past week.
Right now, we're being both reactive and proactive. We have to react to this new variant and the level of spread, and at the same time, we have the ability to be proactive to reduce that spread. And so we're, as a lot of other people have said, we're done with COVID, but COVID's not done with us.
Public Health Madison and Dane County says an average of 64 people were hospitalized with COVID last week. 291 cases per 100,000 people were reported this week, but officials say that number is likely higher since more people are taking home tests and not reporting positive cases. Health experts are again stressing the importance of COVID vaccines and boosters as cases continue to rise. But if you're not up to date on your shots, should you wait to get it? While many are worried the current vaccines won't stop the new variant, top U.S. health officials say they'll substantially lower your risk of developing severe COVID symptoms. Some say variant-specific vaccines could be available by the fall, but doctors say don't wait. Protect yourself now.
We really care about preventing people from becoming so ill that they end up needing to be hospitalized. And that's what the benefit of vaccination and boosters do.
You'll still be eligible for those variant-specific boosters once they become available later in the fall.
Federal health officials are discussing expanding the eligibility of second boosters to those under 50 years old. Some believe a decision on that could come in the next month or so. The Wisconsin Elections Commission is debating some changes that could make absentee voting easier in Wisconsin. Those changes would clarify the form on the back of return envelopes for absentee ballots. Political reporter Will Keneally breaks down what it all looks like. Will?
That's right, Susan. So this is actually the same issue that we saw debated in the legislature earlier this week. When voters vote absentee, they have to fill out information like their address and a signature on the back of their ballot return envelope. Now, the Elections Commission wants to redesign that form on the envelope to make it easier for voters to fill out. This was part of a hearing that wrapped up just a few minutes ago.
Primarily is going to include a lot of usability testing on the prototypes that we're working with, and that usability testing is done with voters primarily, but also with election officials because they also handle these a lot. And we work with experts from USPS to ensure that the redesign best serves everyone who has to interact with it.
So under state law, return envelopes have to have certain required fields, but the changes would take the legalese and make it plain English. And just 2 days ago, a legislative committee blocked a rule by the commission that would have allowed clerks to fill in missing information in the address field of those envelopes. The redesign could help eliminate some of those mistakes. And the commission is doing a bunch of testing around the redesign to make sure that it won't cause confusion among voters or elections officials receiving the ballots. So you'll not see these in place for the August primary and likely not by the November election this year.
We'll continue to follow it. Will, thank you. Meanwhile, sources say investigators have studied the phones of 10 Secret Service members, finding metadata that indicates text messages have been erased. Secret Service details for both former President Trump and former Vice President Pence are among 24 personnel whose text messages are under review. Investigators say the messages could have been deleted during a data migration that began on January 27th of last year. The Inspector General for the Department of Homeland Security launched a criminal investigation into the matter this week. A federal jury has found Steve Bannon guilty of contempt of Congress. The charges stem from his refusal to testify before the January 6th House Select Committee. After nearly 2 days of hearing evidence and witness testimony, the jury reached a unanimous verdict in less than 3 hours. Bannon did not take the stand or mount any defense. He is set to be sentenced in October. Bannon faces a minimum sentence of 30 days in jail. Health officials in New York have opened new vaccination clinics after the first case of polio in nearly a decade was discovered in the state. Astrid Martinez has more.
Carol Messler just received her protection against polio at this Rockland County vaccination clinic.
I don't remember if I ever had a polio vaccine, and I felt that I needed to be safe.
Health officials say an unvaccinated young adult from the area recently contracted polio. The virus can infect the person's spinal cord and can lead to disability and death.
It seeks out certain cells and it infects and destroys them. If the cells are destroyed, The muscles cannot move.
The patient developed paralysis. The State Department of Health and the CDC confirmed the virus was transmitted from a person who received the oral polio vaccine used in other countries.
We've seen an occasional outlying case of someone that's what we call a vaccine-related case of polio.
The oral vaccine is no longer used in the U.S. Polio was eliminated here in 1979. Dr. William Schaffner with Vanderbilt University Medical Center says the risk to the general public is essentially zero.
We have very, very high vaccination rates in the United States against polio, well over 90%.
Rockland County was at the heart of the 2018-2019 measles outbreak. Hundreds of cases were reported in religious communities with low vaccination rates.
We have communities scattered across the country that are under-vaccinated, and these diseases continue to exist in other parts of the world.
Dr. Schaffner says it's critical everyone stay up to date on all vaccinations. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, Pomona, New York.
The last polio case in the U.S. was in 2013 when a 7-month-old who had recently moved to the U.S. from India was diagnosed in Texas. Another effort to address the nationwide baby formula shortage. President Biden just signed a new bill into law called the Formula Act. The bipartisan bill is meant to help increase access to baby formula for families across the country. The bill suspends tariffs on certain formula products until the end of the year. It may be a step in the right direction, but the FDA has said the problem is going to take a while to fix, despite tons of imports and improvements in domestic production. Coming up next, Dana will have the latest on a weekend weather alert day. Plus, have you gotten your ticket yet? Tonight's Mega Millions drawing could have lucky players winning $660 million. Stay with us. And 2 international soccer teams will take the field at Lambeau Field in Green Bay this weekend. How the fans are preparing tonight at 6. Stocks ended lower as disappointing earnings from social media and ad firms. The Dow was down 137. The NASDAQ lost 225. The S&P 500 was reduced by 37. We'll be right back.
Visiting the DeFacto Credit Union was the thing that started all this.
We had a lot of student loan debt, low credit scores for bad decisions we had made in our younger years.
We thought it was the point where you could never come back from it. We've always wanted to own our own restaurant, so I just kind of floated the idea like, oh, I found this food truck.
I was like, yeah, let's try it. DeFacto helped us so much with just putting everything together.
Definitely life-changing for us.
What we have right now would not have been possible without DeFacto Credit Union.
Son, it's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 windows from Feldco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 windows ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
You heard the Jingle Man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go! It's Fuel Frenzy Weekend, this Friday through Sunday at HyVee. Get a 16-cent fuel saver on Pepsi 6-packs when you buy 4. A 10-cent fuel saver when you buy 10 pork chops. A 10-cent fuel saver on 2 pounds of Driscoll's blueberries. a 10-cent fuel saver when you buy 2 Nabisco snack crackers. And get a 10-cent fuel saver on M&M's sharing size. Don't miss Fuel Frenzy Weekend this Friday through Sunday at HyVee. And check out HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Monona Terrace is celebrating its 25th anniversary. Don't miss this free community celebration Saturday, July 23rd, featuring music, dance performances, and a spectacular drone light show. The event is free, but capacity is limited. Presented by W. Jerome Frauci and Pleasant Roland Frauci.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back, everyone. Have you purchased your lottery ticket yet? Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is now at $660 million. It's one of the largest grand prizes ever. Trinity Chavez spoke to several people who are trying their luck.
Good luck. A steady stream of New Yorkers bought Mega Millions tickets Friday, hoping to become mega rich.
You have to be in it to win, and this is the one. They say you can't win when you don't play.
The jackpot has soared to an estimated $660 million. That's because as long as there's no winner, the pot keeps growing, and there hasn't been a winner in 3 months.
Everybody like mega, mega, mega.
This clerk says he's been busy selling thousands of tickets.
$660 million. A lot of money. And a lot of people by there, you know.
This is the 9th largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history, and the Mega Millions 3rd largest.
45 states and Washington, D.C. participate.
Do you have any idea on the first thing you would do if you were to win?
I would sit down and think first and have some advice from the financial advisors.
But the odds of winning are beyond small. One in more than 302 million.
Don't do it. Yeah, I mean, 1 in 300 million, you've got a better chance of probably being struck by lightning.
In fact, you're much more likely to be struck by lightning. Those odds are 1 in about 15,000. Still, many can't resist the chance to get rich quick. Trinity Chavez, CBS News, New York.
Winners who choose the annuity option will be paid out the $660 million prize over 30 years. Most players take the lump sum cash, which comes out to a little more than half of that jackpot. Good luck. Fun to dream, isn't it? TDS Telecom Associates and vendors gathered today for the TDS Open, a golf outing and fundraiser. The company hoped to raise more than $100,000 for Gio's Garden, a therapeutic respite care center founded by our very own Charlotte DeLeste and her husband Ron. Well, that goal was met. The company ended up bringing in $127,000 and presented the leaders of Gio's with the check this afternoon. And there's Gio himself. The namesake of Gio's Garden, the annual event has raised close to $600,000 for charities across the country. Congratulations, Charlotte and Ron, and well done, TDS. That's very, very nice. Now let's get a check on this weekend weather. Things, you're going to have to pay attention to the forecast tomorrow.
Absolutely. One of those days where we want to make sure folks stay weather aware. Great that the weather held off today for Charlotte and crew. And as we look ahead to tonight, we do have a few showers and storms starting to build in off to the west. We do have a chance for showers and storms overnight, but our main focus is certainly on the potential for severe weather late in the day tomorrow. This enhanced risk has now expanded to include the Twin Cities and most of southern Wisconsin, all the way towards Milwaukee. So that's a 3 on a scale of 5. And frankly, it's quite a large area. Our concern here, areas northwest of Madison, still having that high probability of a tornado. These storms are going to build into a very humid atmosphere, very windy atmosphere. So there is that isolated tornado threat. The hail threat mainly outside of our area for La Crosse towards the Twin Cities. Our focus certainly on the high wind possibility because these storms building in could easily bring wind gusts over 75 miles per hour. So an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop in the late afternoon and evening, bringing in high winds, hail, and that isolated tornado threat. It's certainly one of those days where you can enjoy the morning and early afternoon, but later in the day, make sure you have a way to receive weather alerts. And if you're out and about, make sure you know where that safe place is, where your structure is, where you can get inside and away from any exterior walls. Overnight, there is a chance for isolated showers and storms right around midnight. This clears out by tomorrow morning, and we'll enjoy some sunshine for the start of Saturday and into a Saturday afternoon, early afternoon. Temperatures climbing to the 90s, hitting 90 for us in Madison, likely sitting closer to 91 or even 92 for Beloit and Janesville. This chance for showers and storms builds in as we get closer to that 7 to 9 block, so moving up a little bit in timing. We are going to see some very heavy rainfall and high winds as this moves through. More showers expected later, closer to midnight, and then this clears out by Sunday morning. We could have a few lingering light showers by daybreak on Sunday, but most of the area drying up through Sunday afternoon. Rainfall totals have really been ramping up with that heavier rain. Some of these storms could trail each other, but easily expecting at least an inch of accumulation. Most of the area picking up over 2 inches of rainfall Saturday night and into Sunday morning. Temperatures tomorrow close to 90. It will be hot and humid outside throughout the day, with those storm chances building in late. Partly sunny on Sunday. Temperatures close to 80 through the work week and into the following weekend. So a very seasonable stretch for the last week of July, and a possibility for a few showers and thunderstorms in the middle of the week. Quick look at traffic right now. No accidents popping up in downtown. In fact, downtown looks good in the Beltline. East and westbound, a lot of green for us this evening. A quick look at Rock County and north and southbound along the interstate, also green in downtown Janesville. No major delays right now. From the Beltline to Janesville, we're sitting close to a 24-minute commute, 17 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and the same goes for downtown to Sun Prairie this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, thank you, Dana. Next at 5, many companies across the UK are going to a 4-day work week. We'll take a look at some of the benefits after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Monica was severely injured. She called Gruber Law Offices.
They made you feel like family. Gruber Law is excellent, and I would recommend them to anybody.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Refresh your home's exterior with 11% off everything at Menards. Reveal the true beauty of wood with Pittsburgh Paramount Advanced Stains and Finishes. It provides enhanced UV resistance and waterproofing protection. All 11% off. Create the backyard of your dreams with Menards' huge selection of edgers, pavers, and wall block. From flawless landscaping to impressive outdoor living spaces, you'll find the perfect blocks for your dream build. All landscape blocks are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Tom Nelson, Outagamie County Executive Candidate for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. Democrats like me, not from Madison, Milwaukee, have a whole different approach. We have a different touch, a different cast. Oh, we read good books. Not the biggest pocketbooks. I've won 6 times in Trump country by pulling for what matters. Jobs, Medicare for all, union rights, women's rights, a planet in crisis. I'll fight the extremism in Washington by pulling for all Wisconsin.
Oh, hey, it's me, Adrian. People choose Sono Bello because they can permanently remove your stubborn body fat in just one visit. After having 2 kids, my body changed a lot, and I struggled with my stubborn body fat. For me, as a busy mom of 2, when I discovered that Sono Bello had a mommy makeover package catered just for moms like me who don't have time to recover and need to get back in action, that's when I knew I needed to go to Sono Bello. Sono Bello removed my diet-resistant fat cells permanently in just one visit. There was minimal downtime, local anesthesia, so I was actually awake during the whole procedure. I deserved my mommy makeover, and you do too.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-952-0466 or go to sonobello.com.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of summer on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Gruber, thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your love for people. The ability to change lives, and you change mine as well. Thank you so much.
Let my team at Gruber Law Offices take care of you.
You're watching watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, most of us work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, but does a 4-day work week make for a happier employee and just as much productivity? The UK just launched the world's largest experiment, asking those exact questions. The 6-month study involves roughly 3,500 workers who get 100% pay for 4 days, but have to maintain full productivity. For some businesses, it's a way to attract talent.
If it's done right, this is something that can deliver very significant benefits for both the employer and the employee. This can be a win-win.
So far, 60 companies here in the U.S. have also signed up to give it a try. Researchers from Boston College are keeping an eye on the experiment and say employees are less stressed, have less burnout, and are more physically and mentally healthy. Sign me up. A final check of your First Warn forecast when we come back.
We know a thing or two about beef. HyVee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the HyVee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your HyVee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
Okay, and you got so upset at me. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much of Bob's money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
I'm Jeff Ropp with Elwyn Tree Farm, and this is my John Deere. We sell trees to the wholesale and the retail market both. I have never not known the Sloan family. You know, we've bought tractors from them for years and years. We broke a hydraulic coupler on a Saturday at about noon, and they didn't have the part in stock, so we ended up taking one off of another machine so that my machine would be running on Monday instead of figuring out what we're going to do on Monday morning. And that is why I think Sloan's first.
Surgenian's 92-year history means you pay $92 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad in your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 18-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Got my hair, got my head.
Introducing new One-A-Day Multi-Plus, a complete multivitamin, plus an extra boost of support for your immunity, brain, and hair, skin, and nails. New One-A-Day Multi-Plus.
And my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5 grand more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course meal starting at $30 featuring wine and more, starting July 24th through the 29th. For a list of participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. It's a perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local restaurants. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week 2022. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Wine sponsor, Delicato and Frederick Wildman.
On this Friday night, President Biden calls into a meeting from COVID isolation, new details on his symptoms and diagnosis. Also tonight, the trucker protest shutting down one of America's largest shipping ports, how it could impact the already strained supply chain. And Steve Hartman goes on the road with a powerful reminder that the sky is never the limit. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
If you have outdoor plans tomorrow afternoon, stay tuned to the forecast.
Absolutely. It's one of those days where in the morning you're going to be fine, the early afternoon you're going to be fine, but anything after 3 o'clock, there really needs to be a way for you to get weather alerts and have an indoor backup. People keep asking about the exact timing for this, and I genuinely mean, if it's after 3, for your area it might be 4:15, for somebody else in the area it might be a little closer to 5:30 or 6, but I would just make sure that you know where the safe place is, wherever you may be, and make sure you have the opportunity to, or the option to get those weather alerts via phone or weather radio. We're going to keep a close eye on things here. Gary will be in tomorrow also to watch.
All right, Dana, thanks. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you back here at 6.